A few new things. That membrane you see up there, it's to protect from vapor. What they call vapor is, of course, humidity and condensation. That has to come between the floors. Everywhere there's a big beam. I know I'm always talking about beams and beams and beams and that beam and that beam, but that's the only one I know. I'm going to open a dictionary and try to I promise, and try to know the name of those pieces of wood. Okay, that green tape you see on the walls here. Yes. That green tape you see here, we have to put every place there's a joint between OSB plates, uniquely on the exterior walls. On the inside walls there's no need for that. There's no need for isolation inside the house. I don't think it will change anything about the noise. They say a wooden house is a very nice place to live. It's warm, it's cozy, although the sounds are muffled, but also maybe you hear them a little more, it resonates more. I don't care, we don't have children, it's only my wife and me, and we're kind of quiet people. Most of the time. The second floor. I didn't make that mistake. The second floor is completely made now. It's completely done. Finished it earlier. Apart from the kitchen, above the kitchen, because I still have that problem of the beams that must have a slope on them to evacuate the water, and I'm going to try now to cut them because we've had a few beautiful days, and I think the wood has had time to dry, so I'm going to try that now. Well, that was already much better. The wood has had time to dry, and it's easier, but as you could see, it's easier, but it's still not very easy. Wood doesn't like to be cut in that sense, I think. So I'm going to try shallower passes and do it in 2 or 3 passes, because, well, 2 or 3, I have to do 2 at least, but I'll probably do 3. Okay, so finally yesterday I cut those slats and I fixed them on the beams above the kitchen roof for that slope. So here it is. This corner here is higher than that one, which is higher than that one over there, which is higher than that one, which is the lowest. So anywhere you put water, it will end up at that corner over there. Let's not forget the economical side of things. I just finished putting together this frame wall here, and I just counted. I used 72 screws. That's how many screws 72 is. One box here is 100. So that's not very expensive. I think those boxes are maybe 16, 17 euros for the box. That's not much, but when you count on such a big house assembly, wood assembly here, it starts to count. So you better take that into account, because companies that produce kits like this don't include the screws. They don't furnish that, you have to buy that. So It's a small budget. I'm not saying it's a big part. I'm not saying it might ruin your efforts, but take it into account, because I think when we'll be over with the house, we will have spent probably north of €1,000 only on screws. So take it into account. This frame gave me trouble because of one mistake I made and one mistake the company made. I had to get them on the phone twice just in order to do this one. That's my point. Choose a good company. You know, I could have bought a homemade house. I couldn't have drawn it. I could have chosen from their catalog a house that was made in Poland. I have no idea what the quality was. They were not very beautiful houses. They were cheap. They were cheap, but I really don't know what quality that was. What degree of insurance or guarantee I would have had with a Polish house. I don't know, probably not much, but one thing is certain, it's I couldn't have phoned them twice a day to ask them questions, and that wouldn't have been possible. I just phoned them here twice in 20 minutes, and they answered me kindly, even though one of these times that mistake was mine. They didn't mind. I can phone them as many times as I want, and that's precious. That's precious. You have that insurance. So choose wisely. Don't go cheap. Don't go the cheapest, because you're going to pay for it later. Building a house is full of joys. It's really fun. I love it. I really love that. I enjoy myself being here. It's made of joy, but also of disappointments. Yes, I had to take off the roof of the kitchen because I misread the plans. So this beam, see here, I put against this one, and I was supposed to leave 9.5 centimeters here. I'm going to leave a little more because it doesn't matter, and so I'm sure that it's going to pass. Yeah, I've already moved it. It wasn't like that. Yeah. So you see, I've prepared the plans as thoroughly as you can, and but you will make mistakes. You will make mistakes. I make mistakes every day. It's part of the thing. And you see, the thing is that yesterday when I did that planking on the roof of the kitchen, I was so proud of myself because every cut I made was perfect. I had never done that my whole life. Everything I cut was going right in. Only the screws to make it. All took me about an hour and a half to do. It was really a fast process, and now I have to take it to dismantle it. Well, that's the joys of constructions. Who likes a good challenge here? Because I do. Yesterday I put together those frames on the second floor, and I put two together, and I'm not going to put a third one together without my table. I told you it was impossible. Well, that's where I like a challenge. I'm going to try to do it on my own. I put a little device together, so I'll put the table on a ramp, which I fixated there with two big screws. I screwed them together with those two little beams here, and because my winch can only move things 1.5 meters at a time. I've prepared another one here to screw under the table on the ramp for when I have to move the winch. So there I have one strap there on the structure, my winch, and another strap there that's going down to the table. So I'm not absolutely sure this will work, but I think it will. I think I get it wrong. It's more 2 meters than 1.5. Good, that's a good thing. Now that you saw me block the table, I can take off that strap, shorten it, move back my winch to full pull, and then start over. And I think 2 times will be more than enough. So yes, works well. One idea came to my mind just right now when you saw me do that. Never straddle a strap. It's not a good idea.